Hello, good afternoon, ladies. How are you? I am so excited to be here today. Let me try and adjust my camera properly. Yes, hold on. Oh, there. Right, so this is Detola Murray, and excited to be here again. Sorry about yesterday. We had some technical difficulties trying to get myself and Bumi on, but today I am sure that we're going to be able to get Lara on because she's using an iPhone. And the feature of inviting people is available on the iPhone. So I'm just gonna crack on with it. A number of you have. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone that has signed up to the digital transformation program. Kudos to you and well done for taking the leap of faith. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. I have been talking to a number of you, maybe via Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and you've been asking me a lot more questions. And so I thought it would be good, to bring those questions here today and answer them because you're probably thinking about the same question. So I've got Lara on and I'm going to add up when I'm done answering the questions that you've sent. And I'll add in Lara to join us on the live show. So let me just check. Okay, so one of the questions that I've been getting a lot is what is the structure of the program? So a lot of people want to know, how exactly does the program work? And so I wanted to explain that to you. So, okay, where are the comments? Hold on. Reveal comments. Okay. Hi, Falake, how are you? Thanks for joining. Hi, Coco, thanks for joining. Yeah, so what we're going to do before I get Lara on, before she jumps on, is I'm going to answer some of the questions that I've been getting about the digital transformation program. So the first question I've been getting is around the structure. So the program itself has 10 modules and it's 10 videos that you're going to watch with, so each video is going to cover a particular topic. So for example, we have things around business, your vision, how to find your clients. We have things around pricing and packaging. We have things around marketing on a shoestring budget, your website. So we have all those topics. Some of the topics are quite heavy in terms of being technical. So for example, the one on websites, the one on blogging, there are some steps in there that you would need to implement because that's the whole point of this program, that you're implementing. You're not just assimilating more knowledge. This is not just a knowledge-based training. This is an implementation-based training. So we're going to have 10 classes. However, the 10 classes are going to be split over a period of... so the first 6 classes are going to be run every 2 weeks, which means you get a new class every 2 weeks. So that means if you get a class this week, the following week, you won't get a class. You would use that week to implement what you have been taught. Now, the first time we ran the program, it was an intensive 10 weeks. And so the feedback was that we should put in some time in there for people to implement. Because I know you're all busy moms. You have a busy life, children, husbands, and work and all of that. So we don't want to make this any more stressful for you. So what I've done this time around is to put a week in between so that you get time to implement. Okay, so that's going to be for the first 6 classes, which I beat, on the more intensive side. And then the last 4 classes, which are going to be happening after Christmas and New Year. So you're going to have a break for Christmas and New Year. And again, that's more time for you to implement stuff. And then when we come back in the New Year, we'll finish up with some softer classes, such as, setting boundaries with your clients, how to be consistent in your business, how to manage or maximize your time in your business. Okay, so it's starting October 11. Okay, and then we finish by January 31st, I think, January 31st. And so that means over a period of 4 months with breaks in between Christmas and New Year, and then those 2 weeks you're going to be having, it's going to be at a pace where you can cope. It's not going to be too much for you. So even if you have other things you're doing, like writing exams, you're having a baby, you are starting a new job, you can still slot it in. And that's what we teach in the Super Working Mom community, how to maximize your time. If this is important to you, you will find the time. It's just like if you're in school, if you're in university, you had so many subjects that you were doing at the same time. Your teacher didn't say, oh, because you're doing this subject, well, you're not going to do that one. It was up to you to learn how to maximize your time. And so it's the same thing. I know we're no longer in school, but then we're still learning. Okay, we're still learning, and we keep learning, right? The day we stop learning is the day we die. So that's how it's structured. Okay, 10 classes. The first 6 classes have a week in between them for you to implement, and then the last 4 classes after Christmas break, I believe it's the last 4, the last 3, there won't be any break in between. It's just be a weekly class. Okay, and it's all video, and you have workbooks as well, which is PDF or Word that you can print out or type on online. Another question I get is around my schedule, like, oh, how am I going to schedule it in? How much time will I need to be on the program? Well, in terms of time, I would say you need at least a minimum, yes, of 2 hours. 1 hour to watch the video, and at least 1 hour to do the workbook or to implement. Okay, I've made it in such a way that it's in bite sizes. You're not each class doesn't have more than you can bear, and so as long as you can find 2 hours in your week, you should be fine. And what I always say to my ladies is, see it like you're in school and decide, okay, every Friday morning, this is when I'm going to do my lesson. Although each class is going to come out every Wednesday. Let me check. Is it Wednesday? So yeah, so every Wednesday starting from October 11, you get each class then, a new class then, and then you can now decide if you're going to do it on that Wednesday. You might as well get it done on that Wednesday, right? Or you can decide throughout that week whether it's going to be the weekend. Okay, so at minimum of 2 hours. Again, I say minimum because some of us might be faster than the others, but I want you to be able to dedicate at least 2 hours to the classes. Okay, the other question I've been getting is, oh, I'll do it next time. I don't think I can do it now. I can't afford it now. And yeah, I can't afford it, basically. More of a statement. And what I will say to that is, if what you're doing currently in your business is working for you, then you don't need the program. Okay, so this is not for those that know what they're doing. Things are automated. They're getting clients. They're connecting with their audience. They know, they have a structure and process in place, systems in place. Then first, for this program isn't for you. But if you're at a point where you know that you have a solid business idea, but you're all over the place, you don't have processes, you don't have systems in place, you're online, but your online presence isn't really there, you're not consistent online, you're not really driving traffic to your website, you don't seem to be having clients, then you cannot afford not to do this. It will cost you more if you're trying to do this all by yourself. This used to be my story. When I started out in my business 5 years ago, I thought, yeah, I could do it by myself. I didn't need anybody to help me. I didn't need to invest in myself. I didn't need to invest in the knowledge that I needed. And for a whole year, the first year of my business, I was running helter-skelter, making mistakes. Yes, sometimes I'll get it, but then I did not have any clients. I was busy working, but I wasn't seeing the fruit of my work. And then the following year, the second year of my business, when I knew that, you know what, it's either I invested in myself or I just packed it all up, I decided to invest in my first group business training. It was a group business training because that was what I could afford, which is similar to this, a group business training. And that just changed the dynamics of my business. In 3 months, what I tried to do in a whole year, I was able to accomplish in 3 months. In 3 months, I got my first 10 clients. And then that's when the academy started. It was a different name then. But then I basically knew what I was doing. But before then, I was just going with the tides, going with what, I was Googling myself away. I was Googling thinking that if I Google it, I would find it. But let me tell you, there's all kinds of information on Google. The time it will take you to waddle through the information or to figure out what you need to do, that's time wasted. But when you have someone like me who's gone through, I've worn the t-shirt, the face cap and everything, and I know the mistakes to avoid, and I know the way to go, you know, and I'm constantly also improving myself, knowing that, oh, technology is always changing, and you have someone like me that can help you do that, that's more affordable for you in the long run. And like Bumi said yesterday, I don't know if you've watched her video, please do if you haven't. Like she said yesterday, the investment she made when she worked with me one-on-one, she's made it back. Like, I can't remember how many times, but she's made it back over and over. And that was the same with me. In fact, if I tell you how much I've invested in my business, I'm sure you might be shocked. But the great thing is that each time I make an investment in my business, and each time I, you know, put money down and say, you know what, I want to move to the next level, I always make that money back faster than I would have if I tried to do it myself. Okay? So if you know that you need help in your business, you're just starting out, or you've started, but you're not quite sure what you're doing, you don't have your processes in place, you don't have something that is going on, and, you know, something that is recurring, such that you don't have to be there for you to make money, then I would advise you to join the program. Okay, so we're going to hear from Lara in a short while, and she would also be sharing her journey with you. So, and again, think about it. If you start now, by the end of January, you will be in a different place than you are today. You know, they always, I think there's a Chinese proverb that says, when is the best time to plant a tree? And the answer is 20 years ago. The next best time is today. If you wait and say, I'm going to wait till the next time you run the program, that means you're going to be starting 2018, still confused, still running around like a headless chicken, still not making money, and you're going to be frustrated. But if you start now in October, before the end of January, you're well on your way to having more clients, making more money. You're not stressed out because you have processes in place that are working for you when you're on the school run, when you're sleeping, when you're on holiday. Money is coming into your account. And as kingdom-minded women, the more money we make, the more we can help other people, the more we can pour back into the kingdom of God, the more we can be of service to other people. We don't feel disgruntled that, oh, you know, nobody's paying me for my services. You know, the Bible says money answereth all things. And so if you're in a position where you're creating wealth and you're using that wealth, you know, to advance God's kingdom, how amazing would that be? And it all starts with the tool. It all starts with what God has given us, which is this business. But if we don't know how to move our business to the next level, if we don't know how to get people, the people God has called us to serve, if we don't know how to attract them, or if we don't know how to work with them, then what you have is a hobby. It's not a business. Okay? So I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions, please type it in the comment below. I'm going to invite Lara now. And so just so you know, there's a special offer going on now for those who are fast action takers. So there's a 20% off the investment price, and I'm going to be putting up the link, but that ends on Friday. So after Friday, it means the price goes up by 20%. So if you know that you need this now, you might as well join now so that you save money as opposed to joining next week. And then you're now asking me, oh, is that discount? No, it's not going to be available next week. Because it won't be fair to those that have signed up now, who have taken action now. It won't be fair to them if I give you that same discount. Does that make sense? So I would advise you to get on board. But of course, I don't want you to take my word for it alone. So I'm going to invite Lara to share her journey. And then you can make an informed decision.